morning, guys. What are we going to do today? Well, today I thought we'd do something different. We're going to do this cute little handbag that I had made up. I had done these as a full kit with instructions and drawings and everything that's in them. And then we also did a refill kit. So if this tutorial is good enough for you, then you can just get the refill kit. The refill kit just has everything you need to make it. In this tutorial, I'm going to just give you this free template. So if this is enough, and you get what I'm doing, this is perfect for you. So let's just get started. So the first thing I did is print off the template. And this is on a fold, but I really wanted the full template. So I just pieced two pieces together and you have a large circle here. I laid it on my fabric and I'm using wool, so I really only need two pieces. If you were using a cotton, you might want four so it's lined and a little bit more stable. And I just took my pencil and I drew my template and drew the circle and then cut this out. And you'll see at the sides there's two lines and you make a tiny slit in both sides. The other thing you're going to cut out are your flowers. And it'll look like this, and you're going to cut them completely out, and you're going to cut 3 of these and 6 of the leaves. So let's start sewing. So you're just going to sew from the slit to the slit at the bottom edge. And just do a running stitch. I'm just going to trim this so it's not quite as bulky. And then we're just going to turn it inside out. Now we get sewing the top. So where these slits are, I'm just going to fold this edge under just a tad bit and sew a running stitch, because this is all going to be covered. So now then you're going to do the inside circle and just fold it up a little and do the same thing and just do a running stitch. Okay, so now that you've done this side, do the other side in just the same way that you did this, and then we're going to press it flat. Okay, so after you're done ironing it, let's put our trim on. So what I'm going to do is open up my purse, and right here at this seam, I'm going to start my first strip, and I'm just going to tack it in. And we're going to go around our pieces. We're just doing a running stitch here. And I'm using about 3.5 yards of 1/4 inch strips. So you start on the back, and in the front I try to do a lot smaller stitches so you don't notice them quite as much, but I don't mind if you see them. And we're literally just going to wrap this wool all the way around the handle and just tack it in there. Now I'm bringing my strip up a little bit and then tacking the next row. Then bring it around the front again, and you're going to do this all the way around to the very end. So when I cut my strips, I did about 8 strips that were just over 2 feet long, because when you have one huge piece, it makes it really tough to wrap through here. Okay, so when we add another strip, I'm just going to take this and just tack it together. Give it an extra little stitch here to hold it. And I said you don't need a million stitches, you just want enough to hold it in place there. So when you're done sewing the front side, you're going to do the back side in the same way. You want to make sure you pull your strips tight enough so they're nice and firm on here, and you can see it gives you a nice thickness on here. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to get to the flowers, because the back side is going to be the same as the front, and you'll do both the same way. So for the flowers, this was your template, and I cut it all the way out like this. And then what you're going to do is I just traced it with a pencil. And I found the easiest way to trace this was literally to just go around. And I'm gonna move this and start going around this part of the circle. So that's how I found the easiest way to trace it. And then you're just gonna cut all the way around and you're going to end up with a piece like this. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use a pencil and you're gonna start on the outside edge. And all I'm gonna do is roll it. And roll it all the way around till you get to this little flip end. I pull my pencil out. I'm gonna lay this right here on the top. I'm gonna take my needle and thread and then tack stitch through that to secure it. So I'm just going through here and going through several of the layers. I'm gonna come up through the center again and go through several more layers. Go through the center again. So it's kind of like an X. Before I cut my string, so you can see you have this pretty flower right here. And I had cut all my leaves, so you can decide where you want to put your leaves, and while your thread is still attached, you can just tack stitch your leaves to the back. And there we go. And then we're just gonna tack them to the purse. So when you've made all the flowers that you want to have, you're just gonna attach them to your purse. And you can see on this one I have 3. And from the inside I just held them in and I just did a quick tack running stitch around the flower to secure it nice and tightly. And then I did that with all 3 of them. And voila, you're done. So this project was not hard at all. It's a little time consuming to stitch all the little strips on the handle. I said just make sure you get them nice and tight around there. So what you will get in this tutorial is this will be a download, a free download that you can download just to use the pattern. If you need more detailed instructions with images and hand shots, I do have the pattern kit available on my website. But we also have just the refill kit, the wool and the different color strips we've done for the bindings, if you would like that. And that's if you're wanting to use wool. If not, you can use cotton fabrics, any other fabrics. But the lighter weight fabric, you might want to line it just to make it a little more sturdy. But whatever you do, have fun, and thanks for watching.